Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving into the fascinating story of one special coin that could be hiding in plain sight. It's small, silver-toned, and easy to overlook, but make no mistake, this coin has become one of the most talked about gems in the world of rare collectibles. We're talking about the United States state quarter from the year 2001, featuring the proud and historic state of Kentucky. Now, don't be fooled by its humble face value of 25 cents. This seemingly ordinary coin has turned heads in the numismatic community, and some rare versions of it are commanding jaw-dropping prices in the collector's market. You might just have one lying around in a drawer, in your old coin jar, or in that childhood piggy bank you haven't opened in years. So sit back, relax, and listen closely, because this is more than just a quarter. It's a piece of American history, a work of art, and for a lucky few, a potential goldmine. Let's start with the story behind the coin. In 2001, the U.S. Mint continued its iconic 50 state quarters program, a wildly popular initiative that ran from 1999 to 2008. Each state had its moment to shine on the reverse side of a quarter, and in 2001, Kentucky took center stage as the 15th state honored in the series. The Kentucky Quarter features a beautiful design showcasing Federal Hill, the historic home known as the inspiration for the song My Old Kentucky Home. In the foreground, you'll see a majestic horse, symbolizing the Bluegrass State's world-famous tradition of thoroughbred racing and horse breeding. The words, My Old Kentucky Home, are engraved beneath the elegant scene, tying history and heritage together into a single, gleaming image. It's a design loved by many. But what takes this coin from simple state tribute to collector's treasure? The answer lies in the fascinating world of errors and condition. You see, not every Kentucky quarter minted in 2001 is valuable. Most were produced by the millions and spent like regular change. But there are a few rare versions, coins that left the mint with striking errors, unusual flaws, or minting quirks that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Imagine a quarter with a double die error, where parts of the design appear doubled because of a misalignment in the minting process, or a coin that was struck off center, giving it a dramatic, unbalanced appearance. Then there are the coins with clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a misfeed in the blanking press. These types of errors aren't just mistakes, they're rare, exciting, and highly collectible. Each one tells a unique story, and collectors are always searching for them. That's because no two error coins are exactly the same. But even beyond errors, condition plays a critical role in a coin's value. A Kentucky quarter that's still shiny, untouched, and uncirculated, graded by a professional service as mint state, can already be worth a small premium. But if that coin also has a rare minting error, that's where things start getting really interesting. What makes one of these 2001 Kentucky state quarters so incredibly valuable? Well, there's a particular specimen out there, a Kentucky quarter that's not only in near-perfect condition, but also features an extremely rare double die reverse and a die clash, where parts of the obverse and reverse designs were accidentally imprinted on each other. This level of rarity combined with flawless preservation has driven its value through the roof among elite collectors. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. This exact type of 2001 Kentucky state quarter, when verified, graded, and authenticated, has been valued at an incredible $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. $80,000 for a 25-cent coin. It's stories like these that make coin collecting such an exciting journey. A forgotten coin in your pocket could turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. That's why collectors, both new and experienced, are constantly examining, researching, and learning. Because you never know what hidden treasure you might find next. Here's your challenge. Take a close look at your change. Look at the date, the details, and the design. Search for anything unusual, doubling, off-centering, or mint floss. You might just be holding something worth far more than its face value. Top 2, we've got something truly special for you. A coin that might be sitting unnoticed in your change jar, quietly holding the potential to change your life. It's a little piece of metal that tells a big story, rooted in the beauty of the American Southwest and wrapped in the thrill of rare coin collecting. We're talking about the 2008 Arizona State Quarter, a coin minted as part of the legendary 50 State Quarters program. an initiative that not only celebrated America's unique states, but also sparked a collecting frenzy across the country. But what makes the Arizona quarter from 2008 stand out from the rest? What makes it so special, so desirable, and in some rare cases, so incredibly valuable? Well, stick with me, because we're about to explore the stunning design, the history behind the coin, the hidden minting errors that make it a collector's dream, and of course, the unbelievable price tag one of these rare quarters has reached. Let's start with what meets the eye. The Arizona quarter showcases a breathtaking desert scene. In the background, you'll find the iconic Grand Canyon, carved over millions of years by the Colorado River, and representing the geological majesty of Arizona. In the foreground, two towering saguaro cacti stand tall, symbols of life, endurance, and the natural beauty of the American Southwest. The banner reading Grand Canyon State completes the image, tying the entire design together that it's not just a coin, it's a postcard in your palm. A tribute to the vast, rugged, and breathtaking landscapes that define Arizona. But while millions of these quarters were minted and spent, a tiny handful are unlike the rest. These are the ones that collectors are racing to find. What makes one Arizona quarter worth more than a simple 25 cents? It comes down to a combination of rarity, condition, and error. The most valuable Arizona quarters are those that were struck with minting errors. Tiny mistakes made at the U.S. Mint that turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible point. One of the most talked about errors in the 2008 Arizona quarter is known as the extra cactus error. On some coins, an additional leaf-like object appears near the bottom of the cactus, making it look as if an extra leaf has mysteriously sprouted from the rock. This wasn't part of the original design. It's the result of a die chip or die break that happened during the minting process. And collectors are obsessed with it. Why? Because these kinds of errors are incredibly rare. They create accidental variations, flukes of the production line, that make each error coin truly unique. In the world of coin collecting, scarcity equals value. The fewer there are, the more collectors will pay to own one. But errors aren't the only thing that boosts the value of a coin. Condition matters just as much. A coin that's been in circulation, passed from hand to hand, picking up scratches and wear, will never be worth as much as a coin that's been carefully preserved. When a 2008 Arizona quarter is found in mint state, meaning it looks nearly flawless and has never been used in everyday transactions, that's already something special. Add a rare minting error on top of that, and you've got a real treasure. Some of the most valuable Arizona quarters are certified by professional grading services, and when you combine a high mint state grade with a visible error like the extra cactus or a die clash or off-center strike, collectors go wild. These coins don't just represent Arizona, they represent the thrill of discovery, the excitement of finding something rare in the most unexpected places. Now, let's talk numbers. Because one very rare 2008 Arizona state quarter, featuring a dramatic minting error and preserved in pristine condition, has been valued at a staggering $77,000. Yes, you heard me right. $77,000 for a single quartered S. Oh, here's the big takeaway. That handful of change sitting on your nightstand or in your car cup holder might be holding a jackpot. It's always worth taking a closer look, examining every detail, every line, every symbol. Because one day, that simple coin could turn out to be a hidden treasure if you're a collector, a casual enthusiast, or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt. This is what makes the world of coins so thrilling. History, art, mystery, and value, all packed into something that fits in your pocket. The next time you come across a 2008 Arizona quarter, don't just spend it without a second glance. Give it the attention it deserves. Because who knows, you might just be holding something worth $77,000. Top 3, we're diving deep into one of the most captivating quarters ever minted in the United States, the 2010 Shenandoah National Park quarter. Now, you might be thinking, a quarter? Really? But don't let its humble appearance fool you. This isn't just any ordinary 25-cent coin. This particular quarter has a story behind it. One of American pride, natural beauty, minting mysteries, and collector excitement. And at the end of this video, you'll find out how a single one of these quarters could be worth a staggering $74,000. Yes, you heard that right. Let's take a journey through the mountains, literally and figuratively, with the Shenandoah quarter. First, a bit of background. In 2010, the United States Mint launched the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a bold project featuring breathtaking national parks and sites from each state and territory. Each coin showcases the heritage and beauty of America, with the Shenandoah quarter representing Virginia's stunning Shenandoah National Park. This quarter was released in 2014, even though it belongs to the 2010 Decade series. It features a detailed image of a hiker standing at the summit of Little Stony Man, one of the park's most iconic viewpoints. You can almost feel the wind brushing through the pine trees, the crisp mountain air, and the silent power of nature. The design speaks to the American spirit, adventure, exploration, and a love for the land. But here's what makes this quarter so much more than just a pretty face. Collectors are obsessed with the Shenandoah quarter for one major reason: rarity through error. Most of these quarters were minted in large numbers and used in everyday transactions. But a small handful were struck with unusual and dramatic minting errors that make them incredibly rare. We're talking about double die errors, off-center strikes, and even planchet flaws. Let's break it down. Double die errors are among the most sought-after mistakes in the coin world. This happens when the coin's design is impressed onto the coin twice, just slightly misaligned. The result? Letters and numbers that appear to have shadows or doubling, especially in the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Quarter Dollar." If you see that on your Shenandoah quarter, your heart should definitely skip a beat. Then there are off-center errors, when the coin is not properly aligned during the striking process. This leaves part of the design missing or cut off, and the effect is visually stunning. Combine that with a pristine, uncirculated condition, and you're looking at a collector's dream. There's also the rare possibility of coins being struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine a Shenandoah quarter struck on a dime-sized planchet, or with different metal content due to a mint mix-up. These mistakes are incredibly rare, and they send coin collectors into a frenzy when one shows up at auction. Now let's talk about condition, because even the most common quarter can become incredibly valuable if it's in perfect shape. Coins that have never been in circulation, that have no scratches, wear, or contact marks, are called MS-70 grade by professional grading services. If your Shenandoah quarter has one of the rare errors and is graded MS-70, it's not just valuable, it's priceless in the eyes of collectors. Even standard mint sets with these quarters can be worth much more than their face value when kept sealed and untouched. Collectors love finding pristine examples, and the demand for high-quality Shenandoah quarters continues to grow each year. Now here's the exciting part: that a Shenandoah quarter with a rare minting error, in perfect uncirculated condition, was once reported to sell in a private sale for an incredible amount of money. This isn't folklore, it's real, verified, and has stunned the coin collecting community. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for: if you're lucky enough to own one of these extraordinary Shenandoah quarters, with a dramatic mint error and flawless condition, it could be worth up to $74,000. Yes, you heard me right. $74,000 for a single quarter. Imagine that. A small piece of metal you could find in your change jar, quietly sitting on a dresser, or mixed into an old coin roll from the bank, could be worth more than most people's cars. So here's what you need to do. Go check your old coin collections. Look through that jar of loose change. Dig into that forgotten drawer in your kitchen. You never know when luck might strike. And if you find something special, make sure to get it graded and authenticated, because you might just be holding a piece of American treasure that's more than just a coin. It's a legacy. Top 4. We're setting sail to a fascinating island in the western Pacific Ocean, one that holds not just cultural beauty, but also a rare and mysterious coin that has stunned collectors around the world. We're diving deep into the story of the 2009 Guam quarter, a coin that's far more than just spare change. It's a symbol of heritage, identity, and for a lucky few, a potential gold mine in your pocket. Yes, this unassuming 25-cent piece can be worth a staggering fortune if you know what to look for. So grab your coin jars, tune in closely, and let's explore how a tiny island-inspired quarter might be holding a massive secret, and maybe, just maybe, sitting in your collection right now. Let's begin with where this coin comes from. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released the Territories Quarters series, a special follow-up to the 50-state quarters program. These coins celebrated the U.S. territories, and Guam was one of the standout entries. As a territory steeped in culture and resilience, Guam was honored with a coin that captured its essence in beautiful detail. The design of the Guam quarter is truly symbolic. On the reverse side, you'll see an outline of the island of Guam, a flying prow, which is a traditional Chamorro canoe, and a stone latte, which is a pillar used in ancient architecture and still serves as a proud cultural emblem today. These images reflect strength, seafaring tradition, and the spirit of the people of Guam, making this coin a heartfelt tribute to the island and its history. But while millions of Guam quarters were produced for circulation, only a very few hold the secrets that turned this coin into a collector's ultimate prize. What makes these coins so rare and valuable? It all comes down to a combination of errors, variations, and condition, the holy trinity of coin collecting. Let's talk errors first. The most desirable Guam quarters are those that were struck with minting mistakes, tiny imperfections that occurred during the production process. These aren't just flaws, they're anomalies that make each error coin uniquely valuable. One known error is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably misaligned because the blank planchet wasn't properly seated during minting. This kind of error gives the coin a ghost-like or warped appearance, with parts of the design cut off or shifted dramatically. Then there's the double die error, where parts of the lettering or design appear duplicated. On some Guam quarters, collectors have spotted doubled letters in the words E pluribus unum or even in the outline of the island itself. These subtle errors are extremely sought after because they're both rare and visually interesting. Another fascinating error is the clip planchet, where a small section of the coin is missing due to an error when the blank was cut. Though it might look damaged to an untrained eye, this mistake is actually a jackpot for collectors because it means fewer of these error coins exist, and they were never meant to be released. And now, let's talk about condition. Most quarters have been tossed into vending machines, fallen on the pavement, or lived in people's pockets for years. Those that survived in mint state condition, never used, never scratched, and preserved perfectly are the ones that catch collectors' eyes. Add a minting error to that flawless state, and now you've got something truly special. High-grade Guam quarters certified by professional grading services, especially those with known errors, have seen dramatic increases in demand. Coin auctions have seen fierce bidding wars for pristine examples, and rare variants are climbing in value faster than ever. Why is this coin so interesting to collectors? Because it's not just about the error or the condition, it's about the story. The Guam quarter connects collectors to a unique place, to a proud people, and to the beauty of a culture that many outside the island have never experienced. It's a coin that represents not just rarity, but richness and meaning. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Among these error-filled, high-grade Guam quarters, one exceptionally rare piece. Featuring both a dramatic die error and preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, has been appraised at an incredible value. Yes, one of these tiny treasures was sold for a jaw-dropping $72,000. That's right. $72,000 for a single Guam quarter. So before you spin that shiny 2009 quarter, take a closer look. Pull out the magnifying glass. You might just be holding a piece of history, a tribute to a proud island, and a rare collector's gem worth a small fortune. Top 5, we're taking a deep dive into the 2015 Homestead National Monument of America quarter, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but has captured the attention of collectors around the world for some very extraordinary reasons. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started in the hobby, grab your coin jar, sit back, and listen closely, because this could be the coin that changes everything. Let's start with the basics. In 2015, as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, the U.S. Mint released a quarter honoring the Homestead National Monument of America, located in Nebraska. This monument commemorates the Homestead Act of 1862, an incredible piece of history that granted land to settlers willing to farm and build a future out on the Great Plains. The design on the reverse of the coin tells that story beautifully. It features a log cabin with a doorway, 2 water pumps, and stalks of corn on either side, symbolizing shelter, water, and food, the 3 essentials that early settlers needed to survive and build a life on the frontier. It's not just a design, it's a story carved in metal, reminding us of the courage and grit that helped shape the American heartland. Now, here's where things get exciting. You see, while millions of Homestead quarters were struck and released into circulation, a tiny number were struck with errors, minting mistakes so rare they turn a regular coin into a priceless collector's item. Let's talk about some of the most fascinating errors found on this coin. First up is the snow on the roof die chip. Error. In this version of the coin, a raised blob appears on the roof of the cabin, caused by a die chip during production. It literally looks like snow piling up on the cabin, and while it might seem like a small detail, this error is in high demand among collectors due to its distinct look and consistent appearance across a limited batch. Then there's the extra pump handle error, another die chip anomaly. This version shows an additional, faint pump handle next to the original, giving the illusion of a double pump on one side. Again, it's subtle but incredibly intriguing for those who know what they're looking for. One of the most coveted types of minting errors is the double die error, where parts of the coin's design appear slightly doubled. On the Homestead quarter, doubling has been spotted in the text, particularly in United States of America and Homestead, and even around the water pump spouts. Another rare variety includes strike-through errors, where foreign materials, like grease or debris, interfered with the die during minting, leaving strange markings or missing details on the coin's surface. These create one-of-a-kind coins that are true conversation starters in any collection. And don't forget about off-center strikes, where the image is misaligned and leaves part of the design missing. While these are incredibly rare in Homestead quarters, when found, they are valued for their dramatic and unmistakable appearance. Now let's talk about condition, because rarity is only part of the equation. For a coin to truly be worth big money, it needs to be in exceptional condition. Coins that have never been circulated, never scratched or nicked, and are graded MS 67 or higher by top grading services like NGC or PCGS are the ones that break records at auction. That a Homestead quarter with a rare error and in high mint state condition. That's the jackpot. Collectors are passionate about this coin not just because of the errors, but because it represents an iconic piece of American history. The Homestead Act changed millions of lives and transformed the American landscape. Owning this coin, especially a rare or misprinted one, feels like owning a piece of that legacy. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, how much could one of these rare 2015 Homestead quarters actually be worth? Well, there's one example. An extremely rare variant featuring both an unusual die chip and double die error, preserved in top mint state condition, that has been valued at an unbelievable $69,000. Yes, $69,000. For a single quarter. So before you hand over that Homestead quarter to a vending machine or toss it in a change jar, take a closer look. Examine the roof. Check the pump handles. Study the letters. That little coin could be your ticket to an extraordinary windfall. Coin collecting is about so much more than money. It's about history, mystery, and the joy of discovering something rare in the most unexpected places. And as today's story proves, sometimes the most valuable things are hiding right in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and ring that bell so you never miss a future discovery. There's always another rare coin to uncover, and your next big find could be just around the corner. Until next time, happy collecting, and always check your change.